They sought how they will kill Jesus. They couldn't enter until Satan himself entered into Judas. When Satan entered into Judas, he was no more the former Judas. His face, his physique, his physical attributes were still the former Judas. But who lived in him was no more the Spirit of God. It was the spirit of the devil. Satan entered him and drove him to leave the group, to meet the chief priest, to look for how to betray Jesus. It wouldn't have been the Spirit of God that would drive Judas to betray Jesus. And because he had the love of money in his heart, being the one that kept the purse, he knew the importance of money. He knew what money can buy. He might have been saying, if I can get 30 more pieces of silver, I'll be able to finish my house in the village. I know they will not be able to capture Jesus. Let me go and dupe them and take their money. But the important thing is that at that time, he was no more the house of God completely. He had become the house of the devil. If you will see Judas at that time, you should have been able to ask, whose house is this at this time? If you can have the spirit of discernment, you'll be able to ask yourself, whose house are these people provoking you? Provoking you to anger, provoking you to do what you ought not to do. These people, you want to copy their examples. Whose houses are they? Be able to have a rethink. Be able to know who Judas, the present state of Judas is. Being different from the former state of Judas. The work Judas is doing as at now, or the work he finally did, describes whose house he had become. He went out to seek how he may betray Jesus. He became a betrayer. Those people betraying you, they are no more of God. They have become the house of the devil. But you don't have to point to them, you are the house of the devil. You only need to be conscious and cautious. You only need to know who you are talking with and who you are dealing with, and develop a way to handle them in such a way that you will not become the house of the devil also. If two of you begin to fight like unbelievers, both of you have become the houses of the devil. A carnally minded person cannot fulfill the things of the Spirit. To be carnally minded is death. To be spiritually minded is life. When you allow the spirit of carnality to possess you, are you still the house of God? Are you still moving in the direction that God wants you to move? Judas began to move in a contrary direction. Are you selling your friends, your brothers and sisters because of money? Are you telling lies because of money?